Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Dalton City Council Mayor and Council meeting of Monday, November 3rd, 2025. A quorum is present. At this time, Mr. Lama, if you will lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, council members. First, we will see, do we have any public commentary this evening? If anyone wishes to speak, this would be the appropriate time to come forward. Right? Council members, if you will, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve.
A motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Do we have any staff reports this evening?
There are none this evening, Madam Mayor.
Okay. We have a special treat this evening. We have a Cub Scout Pack 60 in attendance with us this evening. If you guys want to stand up. We really appreciate you guys coming, and it's my understanding that you all are here this evening to be learning about government, both direct government and representative government. And if you guys have any questions this evening, we'll be happy to answer them afterwards. And you have an agenda to follow along with, and we appreciate you guys being here very much. Thanks for coming this evening. All right. And I believe y'all are from City Park School and Tunnel Hill Elementary, right? Okay, that's awesome. We're so glad y'all are here. Council members, you have before you minutes of the mayor and council meeting of October the 20th. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, under new business, we have the approval of the 2025 millage rate of 1.499 mils. Cindy?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you may recall, we had advertised our 5-year tax digest with a rollback rate of 1.493. We received new exemption numbers from the county, and that rollback rate you have before you tonight is the corrected rollback rate of 1.499. And that rollback rate, we do not have to re-advertise because the new rollback rate resulted in an $18,000 decrease in revenue when compared to what we advertised for our 5 years. So we're good there. We don't have to re-advertise anything. Our tax budgeted is $8,589,000. This new tax digest will be $8,324,994, so will be about $264,000 less than what we budgeted. But we do have additional revenue, especially our insurance premium tax, to cover the shortfall. But I'm asking that you adopt the rollback rate of 1.499.
Council members, do you have any questions or comments of Cindy? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Move we adopt the rate as proposed. Second.
Have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Item number 5, MASA Access Voluntary Benefit Agreement for Medical Transportation Coverage. Andrew? Oh, I'm sorry, Helena.
It's
Sorry.
okay. Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. Human Resources is seeking approval to enter into an agreement with MASA Access to offer medical transport as a voluntary employee benefit. This program provides employees with access to emergency medical transportation services such as ground ambulance, air ambulance, and hospital transfers. Participation in this program is entirely voluntarily, and employees have the option to elect it during our open enrollment, and the coverage is through payroll deduction This program includes a two-tier program coverage offering levels of protection for ground, air, and interfacility medical transports. The agreement has been reviewed by the city attorney, and I'll take any questions if you guys have any.
Any questions or comments of Halima? It will be explained during the open enrollment meetings what responsibility a person would have through their medical insurance they already have.
Correct.
Versus not electing to do this. They'll have an example explaining like this would be a more serious situation of maybe air ambulance from one facility to another.
Correct. There is an explanation in our benefits booklet that we'll provide to employees as well. And this essentially is a secondary insurance to an employee. They must be enrolled into a healthcare plan in order to receive this benefit as a voluntary benefit.
Okay. All right, if there are no questions or comments of Halima, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Item number 6, Progressive Insurance Georgia Property Damage Release. Chad?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This request is for the ratification of a property damage release with Progressive Insurance for reimbursement in the amount of $2,592.12. The release essentially states that we will not seek further damages from an automobile accident that caused damages to pedestrian signal equipment at the intersection of East Moore Street and Walnut Avenue. This has been reviewed and found acceptable by the city attorney's office as well. With that, I'll take any questions.
Questions or comments of Chad?
So in other words, somebody ran off the road and hit our equipment and we turned it into our own insurance. And we're not seeking anything that the insurance isn't paying.
Right, we're not seeking anything additional outside of what we've requested.
And it costs a lot more than that to repair it, I'm sure.
No, that's
No.
the actual cost associated.
Okay, that's the actual cost.
Their insurer's the one that's paying them.
Oh, their insurer is?
Yes,
Okay.
their insurer, yes.
And it's covering the damage.
Yes, sir.
Better than I thought.
Any other questions or comments of Chad? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move we approve. Second.
Motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 7, Busker Low Voltage Change Order for new John Davis Center. Jorge?
Yes. Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. Before you is a change order for the John Davis Parks and Recreation Center. Myself, with the rest of the IT department and the contractor, Busker Communications, have determined that the ceilings on the old part of the John Davis building, they're too shallow, and those weren't very descripted on the floor plans. So when we were out in the field, we noticed that the cable trays weren't going to fit. So we've made the decision to change those cable trays, but we're asking for that change order to be approved tonight. That comes in at a cost of $500.
All right, any questions or comments of Jorge? Not, I will entertain a motion.
So move. Second.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 8, Conser Mill Line Trail Extension Addendum for additional ecology survey. Andrew?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. The designers, Consor, as you know, are currently working through the alignment design and profile design for the Phase 2 portion of the mill line, starting at the Paul Belt Trailhead and running south into downtown Dalton. The original trail alignment was determined to be in some identified wetlands near the intersection of Cornett Drive and Chattanooga Avenue. It's a little difficult to tell, but on the screen, all those areas that are hatched in red were determined to be wetlands. When the engineers evaluated the cost of wetland mitigation credits, it was in excess of $1 million, not to mention the environmental impact. And so the engineers recommended a realignment of the proposed trail design further south away from the identified wetlands. However, unfortunately, the um, an initial environmental survey did not, the ecologist did not go that far south. So they have requested an addendum to their original design contract to do further wetland studies to make sure that the proposed realignment section is outside of the wetlands or minimizes impact to the wetlands. The cost of this additional survey is $6,827, and it will be funded from the SPLOST account from the 2024 SPLOST allocated to this project.
Any questions or comments of Andrew? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Item number 9. First reading ordinance 25-23 to hear the request of CKD Properties and Investments to rezone from general commercial C2 to rural residential R5, attractive land totaling 0.546 acres located at 1506 East Morris Street, Dalton, Georgia, parcel 12-241-13-003. Ethan?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. The rezoning before us was to redevelop the subject property. It formerly contained some commercial structures. Those have been removed according to the petitioner. And the proposal would be to build up to 2 duplex dwellings on 2 individual lots. The subject property was recently divided from its parent tract, which is that immediately adjacent tract to the west of the subject property. And the request here again is to create a residential property. After review, looking at the zoning map, you can see that surrounding the entire subject property are properties that are all zoned and developed for commercial purposes. Looking at the joint comprehensive plan, we also see that all the land in this area along East Morris Street is planned to remain commercial if it has road frontage on East Morris. So we found a conflict there with the comprehensive plan and the conflict of the existing land use and existing zoning. This wouldn't be considered what you call spot zoning, but it's essentially spot zoning in reverse. And so while it wouldn't have any immediate negative impact on the values of any adjacent property, what it would do would be to place the burden of buffers on adjacent properties. So specifically the 2 properties to the east, the west, and the property to the south would be required in the future, should they be developed or redeveloped, to create a 20-foot buffer. And within that buffer, there can be no buildings, no driveways, no parking, et cetera, et cetera. So, it could create a hardship on those properties. And the properties to the east and west are not even yet developed and already fairly narrow lots. So we found that the negative impacts of this rezoning would have greater implications than leaving it commercial as it is. So the recommendation from staff was a denial. The Planning Commission upheld that recommendation as well by making a denial. We did not hear any opposition during the public hearing, but those recommendations were both for denial. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments of Ethan? And again, it's a first reading, so we will take no action on the item tonight. But any questions or comments? All right, thank you so much. All right. There is no supplemental business before this body. We do have an announcement. A public hearing will be held on Monday, November 10th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at City Hall regarding the proposed City of Dalton 2026 budget. The 2026 budget adoption is scheduled for the meeting of the mayor and council on Monday, November 17th, 2025 at 6 p.m. The proposed budget is available for inspection by the public during regular office hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at the finance office. And if there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion, a second, any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any